Starting to roll in, so let's get started. How's it going, guys? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. My name is Chris Hansen. Welcome to my channel. We are here live on Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook, YouTube, and on my website at karateunity.ca. And all for the rest, just you can type in Karate Unity and Chris Hansen, and you'll find my socials on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I'm a karate guy, and I basically my content focuses on recording my journey, cross-training journey in combat sports and other martial arts. And I just find I'm always looking for ways to be more functional. Not to say that my art is broken. I'm just always looking for better ways to train. Optimizing my karate in terms of an athletic type of approach, and also from a self-defense point of view as well. And I do that through the whole concept of unity, and that's hence gives rise to this logo and everything I do online here, off and online in my club too. Bringing people together, bringing together a tribe, bringing all the arts together and combat sports together. I believe that intermarriage is so important for getting better at practically anything. That's about it for the administrative stuff. Now on to our special guest of the afternoon. She is a fitness coach, a nutrition coach, a wellness coach, and a self-defense coach, and a whole lot more. She's also becoming a friend of mine too. I fell in love with her work, and her presence, her aura, her just everything good about her. She's just beaming, just rays of positivity in everything she does. She's got a great Facebook channel. I don't want to say too much about her because she's going to talk to you. It's her talk today. I'm just hosting. May I introduce you to you, Dana Hernandez, and I'm going to bring her on right now. She'll be on. Yeah, there she is.
Hi.
How's it going?
Going well. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you and I can see you fine. Everything's all great. Can you hear me and see me okay?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. All right. Well, do you have a drink with you? Because I'll cheers you.
My water.
All right, I got water too. So cheers.
Always my drink of choice.
Me too. I got some water just in case I get dehydrated after, which I usually do.
Or coconut water. I would drink that all day.
Oh yes, coconut water. What brand do you drink?
Okay, so if I can't have it from the coconut, if I cannot, which I did yesterday because at the beach there's a guy with coconuts, then either C2O, I like that one.
Okay.
Harmless Harvest is my favorite, but that one's pricey.
Yeah.
Blue Monkey is a good one too. I love that one.
Okay, I heard of that one. We have that here. Yeah.
And that one it's in that beautiful blue bottle that like I just want to save. I don't even want to throw it away because it's so pretty.
Yes.
And then also the Sprouts brand to me tastes
oh,
pretty.
Sprouts. Okay.
Yeah, tastes pretty in line with C2O. And
nice.
And they'll like put
I love coconut water, man, especially after a workout. It's so good.
Oh my God.
It's so good.
It's the greatest thing on the planet when it's cold after a workout.
Have you had it fresh from the islands? Like from any of the...
Most places I go to visit, coconuts are endemic. That's sometimes that's like one of my stipulations.
Yeah.
And when they like climb up the tree and and open up a fresh coconut, that's the only time that I'm okay drinking it warm. Otherwise, if it's like from a can or something, I want it ice cold. But
yeah.
If it's just been taken down from the tree, I'm good with whatever.
Okay, you're going to think I'm gross, but maybe you might do the same. I actually, when I don't have any type of milk alternative, I'll use coconut juice in my cereal. I'll put it in my cereal. Yeah, it's tastes good. It tastes good. It's healthy, right?
One of my friends that we drive to Mammoth together a lot. When she makes her oatmeal, she uses part water and part coconut water. Yeah, I use either part almond milk or whatever, but because I'm like, I want to taste every last drop of the coconut water. Like I don't want it disguised in something.
Yeah, nothing's wasted. You know the coconut is such a. I have friends that are West Indian and they just tell me so much about the coconut. Like it's used. Like back in the day, you know, maybe in the villages or now, I don't know, wherever they're living, they probably still do. Everything is used in a coconut from the skin to the inside to the juice. It's such a amazing. They make clothes out of it too, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Very cool. It's very cool, and I love that. I love using everything because waste drives me crazy.
Well, we're gonna go coconuts talking today. So Okay, so for those of you who do not know this woman, share who you are and where could we find you for the record.
You'll find me here on Instagram at Empowered by Dana, and my Facebook page is also called Empowered by Dana. So those are the two best places to find me. I'm still building my website. It is up and running, but there are still some pages that aren't, that I haven't built yet. So my website is also empoweredbydana.com, but that's
excellent.
Still under construction.
Yeah, it was same with me, man. Those things take so much time. You almost like need to quit your job to do those things.
Oh
it's
my gosh.
we were talking, right? Like I have a website, karate.ca, but really it's just a funnel for whatever I put up here. So all my lives go there directly. I programmed it so it goes there. And then just my YouTube channel stuff that I have just goes there. But that's about it. I haven't really tapped into the power of it. Like I haven't done any blogs or nothing, which I have 1 more month to do that. I made a goal for myself in the summer that I've got all these ideas written down. So yeah, stay tuned. You're going to see that channel come alive, and hopefully yours will too.
Right. I have so many ideas and so many things written, and it'll all get there. But yeah, it's just, there's a whole lot.
No, I love your Facebook channel, man. So for the viewers right now, I fell in love with the material that she's doing because it's like minds think alike. I'm a positive person, and more so now than ever, because of I'm grateful for all the people that are coming into my life and the energy that I'm giving out and vice versa. Right. I don't mean to sound like, kind of crazy, but that's really how it's going to be like right now. That's how it is. When I saw your stuff and I'm thinking, man, you're always helping people, you're always, helping people from a nutrition point of view, from fitness to like life tips every day. Maybe you can tell us about, tell us about that. Tell us about your Facebook and what do you do there and what's inspiring you to do what you're doing in Empowered by Dana. Go ahead.
Well, I'll start a little bit at the beginning. My first career is a veterinarian, and animals will always be my first passion since I was super young. Animals, nature, the environment, all of that just astounds me, and the connection with it, I think is amazing. But I did a career change several years ago. For many reasons that that will take a while to get into. I wanted a career shift. I just wanted something a little different.
Change is good. Change is good.
Yeah. And I had already experienced for the first time that fitness helped me get through a really hard time in my life. So that intrigued me. I was like, oh, there is something to this exercise stuff. And I was actually in physical therapy at the time because I had started working out again, ended up with numbness in my fingertips. That turned out to be putting muscle on my body on top of poor posture. So my physical therapist also happened to be a life coach, and he was instrumental in helping me discover that I could shift. It's really challenging for a lot of professionals because I have a lot of friends in the same, in the same boat, in the same feeling. When you've gone to school, you've put everything into that, and that's all, that kind of becomes your identity sort of. It's hard to go like, oh wow, am I really gonna step away from that and pursue something else after I went 8 years?
I understand that fully. I changed my careers, but go ahead.
Yeah. But I'm so grateful for my path. I don't regret any of it. I love my medical mind. I love learning. I'm a nerd at heart, and I will. Yeah. If someone said you have to sit in this room and learn stuff for 12 hours today, I would be.
You'll do it.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
Yeah. So he was instrumental in helping me shift careers. I had actually already gotten the personal trainer certification just for fun, but I wasn't using it. And I was, where I was working out at, in the MMA world, I did two things. I started the first was creating a self-defense class because I had done Krav Maga already and then switched over to MMA, and asked the gym owner if I could create a self-defense class. And he said yes. And then from there, clients started asking me if I did private training. And I was like, well, yes, in fact, I do. So it kind of went from there, and I very much was doing sort of like half and half, veterinary trainer. And then over the past, I don't know, 4 years, it's transitioned to rare veterinary work and much more training. And then the nutrition, that just falls in line, because as I got more into fitness, my nutrition drastically changed. And I saw each step along the way, as things got more important to me, as nutrition came into it, as mindset came into it, I saw how much better everything was when you have all of the components, because they all work together. And without one of them, we're not going to be nearly as successful in reaching our goals.
Yeah, no, that makes so much sense. I mean, it's if all of those aspects, the fitness, the physical, the mental, the nutrition, all of that is one. It's like a big yin yang flux of.
Yes, that was very cool learning about your shirt, by the way.
Oh yeah, thank you. It took a while for me to design this, but I had a lot of dinky designs. Like there's so many designs out there that are very aggressive, like you walk around with a fist, or skulls that are crushed, you know what I mean? Or, or a technique. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's great, whatever floats your boat. But I wanted to come up with something that's very subtle, but also powerful at the same time, right? Yeah. But no, thanks. Man, you mentioned a lot of things and actually they're all the things that I wanted to talk to you about. So maybe we can pick them off one at a time. Oh my gosh, I got so much to talk to you about. Okay, so, let's see, where to begin here. Let's start with martial arts. So, Krav Maga. I love Krav Maga. One of my gyms that I train at, I cross train at Krav Maga, Sam Lampini. He opened my eyes up to the whole holistic aspect of Krav Maga, because it's quick and dirty. It's fast. Your learning curve is very quick. It's very athletic, and it's very empowering, both for men and women. I just wanted to know, if you can chat about what got you into it, and what does your program consist of? What's your demographic, men and women, kids? Go ahead.
So what got me into it was when I moved to the city I'm in now, Thousand Oaks in Southern California. I started traveling. I'd always wanted, because of my love for animals, I'd always been enthralled with, like, I'm going to go on a safari someday. Someday I want to go to safari. Finally, I was still very much working as a full-time veterinarian then. Something came in the mail at the place I was working at. It wasn't even to me. It was to the hospital owner. And it was like, veterinary study abroad in South Africa. Or, veterinarian, something about it. It was for veterinarians in South Africa.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, what's that piece of mail? I'm like, do you want that? And he was like, no. And I'm like, can I have it? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I took it, and I'm like, whoa, this might be like, I could go on a trip, with a group of other veterinarians, so I'm in a group. So that was my first trip to South Africa. And, it was insane. I felt like I was in heaven, being able to see those lions and the animals out on safari. It was the people in the Jeeps with me. They're like, you're so cute. You're so excited. I was so excited, so happy. And
you get excited? Nah.
Right, no, I don't show much emotion.
Nah.
So one of we had like 2 days maybe in Johannesburg, and
right.
So we were all in it. It was in. We would take the big bus to places, and it was cool. They would like tell us history and stuff. But when we got to Johannesburg, they were like, "Ooh, you guys, really be careful." They're like, "This is a dangerous thing. Like, stay together." And I mean, I had gotten to know people on the trip by then, but I didn't. I went by myself, so not knowing anyone. But we're all talked, become somewhat friends. So I was hanging out with these 2 other women, but when we were walking around, because it kind of went off, into little groups and looked around. But I was like, what would I do? Like, I'm a small human being. Like, what really would I do if someone attacked me? And it's just because where I grew up, I don't know. I'm not the fearful type, but I had never really been told, because I hadn't done much traveling. I'd gone to Europe with my family. My stepfather's from Belgium, but it was I was never told that, like, be careful. This is a dangerous city. So when I got back, I told my mom, I was like, wow, that was a really weird feeling. And like, I want to know self-defense. So I went to 2 places in town. One was a jiu-jitsu place. And then one was a place, I think it was traditional karate. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's okay.
What it was. And then my mom goes, "Hey, your brother did this for a summer or for a month or something," and she gave me a card, like 1 week free at Krav Maga.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Huh, what's that?" And I kind of looked it up real quick, and I was like, "Oh, that's really like true self-defense." So took a class there, and I was like, "Whoa, this is cool." I mean, I had no idea what I was doing. I couldn't even do a push-up back then. And I was like, "Okay, this is cool." You know, I like learning this stuff. So I stuck with it, and I stuck with it through, you know, being the new person that pretty much no one wanted to work with because I didn't know what I was doing. And like a couple of times, like at least one time, I remember like kind of being on the verge of tears, like standing in the corner, like, oh man, nobody wants to work with me. Everyone knows what they're doing. But still going,
I know that
like,
feeling.
Yeah, going like, you know what? I want to learn this stuff. Like I'm gonna stick with it, even if I feel
good for you.
Dumb.
That's a big step. That's a big step. Good on you, man. A lot of people would have left. Yeah.
Right. And I get very sad when I hear women that, you know, that won't go back. It could have been like, I could have right then and there, I could have very easily been like, I'm not going back because I don't like that feeling. Yeah. But I wanted to know how to protect myself. So I kept going back, and, you know, naturally, kept learning, loved it. And
was this in California? Was this class in California? Okay.
Yes. It's about, the studio's about 20 minutes away from where I live now. Nice. So kept going, loved it, got much more athletic than I ever was. And I had been working out, you know, on my own before, but yeah, I didn't even do a push-up. I remember going, you know, and they're like, okay, down for push-ups. And I went on my knees, and the instructor's like, no, we don't do push-ups on the knees here. We do it on the toes. Nice. I was like, oh, I can't do that. He's like, well, do your best. So yeah, just went, and then after a while, just kind of wanted something a little different. And one of my friends was like, do you know there's a MMA gym that's even closer to where you live? And I was like, no, I didn't know that. And he goes, yeah, Bas Ruten's Elite MMA Gym. And I was like, oh, who's that?
Oh, you didn't know who Boss was. Oh, I don't want to talk to you now. You don't know who Boss is? Okay, this is over. This is done. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. One love. Right. Okay. I'm
just being honest.
Yeah, I know. It's all good. Yeah. My wife didn't know who Boss is. She's going, like, I showed her a picture when we were setting up that interview. She's going, he kind of looks like you. And I go, all these bald-haired guys look the same. Come on. This guy will kill me. But anyway, yeah. Go ahead.
No, I mean, yeah, it was never a thing. I remember my dad would watch boxing, but yeah, never martial art. It's like it wasn't a thing in my family or anything. So
yeah.
So yeah.
But now you're in it. Now you're doing it.
Now I'm like, yeah. Now I can't. I cannot stop.
You're up to here with it. You're in a gym that does all that stuff.
I want to keep learning. I want to keep spreading it. Just how, you know, how differently I feel and how differently I walk around. I want to help other people feel that, because it truly is life-changing. You walk around completely differently, and that's just something that you can't.
I talk to a lot of tell me what you think of this opinion. I mean, and feel free to disagree, because this is what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
We can agree or disagree, but I mean, I've spoken to so many martial art instructors. Obviously, they're very biased. They're going to agree that we need it. But I try my best to look at it from another side. And I'm thinking, when you take a look at our history of us being human beings, we've put a lot of hurt on each other historically. I mean, as human beings, we've harmed our race in all ways, shapes, or forms. And it's really just a matter of time that we'll get in a confrontation, whether it's verbal or physical. It's bound to happen statistically. There's so many of us. We're going to collide in some way, shape, or form. And so therefore, it's like a seatbelt, right? I think you need to learn it. You must learn it. That's my thing. It's good to have it, learn it, digest it, and make it part of your seatbelt of life, just in case something goes down. It's there on demand. You know what I mean? Like, that's my take. I don't know. What do you think?
I agree with it. You know, I wanted to know how to feel safe I also knew after that first trip that I was not going to stop traveling, and that there are
Yep.
a lot of places I want to go to. And I mean, even just last year when I had a trip planned to Sri Lanka and the Maldives, and a couple months before, my mom was like, there's a lot of unrest in Sri Lanka, right? And
That's what moms will do to you.
right.
Yeah.
And for whatever it's worth,
And grandmas.
I'll admit I don't watch the news. I just don't feed, put that in my head. And I was like, no, actually, I'm not aware, but
I'm still going.
Right. I'm still going. That was in my mind. And I reached out to the people that were organizing the trip, and they're like, no, it should be fine. And it was fine. But it was very comforting to know that, okay. And I'm not saying that, that I can beat everyone up, but it's just very comforting to know that, okay, I'm trained, and I've been trained for a while. So, and above all of the training, it's that I know in my mind that if I have to fight, I will fight. Like I'm not going to just roll over and be an easy victim. So I'm gonna fight. And I mean, if it's 10 against 1, clearly I'll be outnumbered, but I'm still
gotta do what you gotta do. I've seen you open up a can of whoop ass on Boss there. I saw Boss move back with the pads.
That's only because he let me.
And it wasn't just a light drum roll. It was like, those roundhouse kicks you got. I can see that. I want to come and train with you one day in California. I'm going to fly down and come and see you guys.
That would be
I really do want to visit.
One of my dreams is that when we streamed, all of those weeks at the beginning of COVID, is to have like a lot of our regulars, like if there was a time when they could all come in the same week.
Yeah, that would be great, man.
That's a dream of mine.
That would be like a huge party. Like, wouldn't that be great? You have all these people that you chat with, all your fans,
all the people that supported us and still support us, like all there together. I just think that would be amazing.
No, it looks like you got a good crew. Like when I take a look at your Facebook following and stuff, I see a lot of respectful trade that's going on there, and keep it up, man. I love to see a good thing, and you've started and perpetuated a really good following there, Empowered by Dana. So guys, if you haven't checked it out, check out Empowered by Dana. I'll put all of those links in this. What I'm planning to do is, Dana, I'm going to repurpose this. So I'll pull it off Instagram. I'll clean it all up, slap on some stuff of us and this and that, and all the links, and I'll send it out to you guys. So, and to you, of course. And so all of that contact information will be there. Let's see. So what else? Oh my gosh. Okay. So, let's start with this. Let's take a little break. Let's tell the audience a day in the life of Dana. So Dana, you wake up in the morning, the alarm clock goes off. Go ahead. What's your day look like?
Well, I will admit I hit snooze. That's a habit.
Okay. How many times do you hit snooze? That's the thing. That's how we judge you.
Depends on the day. I would literally pay someone to make me break that habit. That's how much. So I get it, you guys, when it's hard to break habits. That's the habit that I can't stand. Okay, so this morning, I think it was twice. I think it was twice. It might have been 3. But I said it, I have a big gap of time before I have to do anything. I just want to be up nice and early. Before I get out of bed, I do some arm opening stretches, arm/chest opening stretches.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's physical therapy.
Standing, seated, like how do you?
Out of bed, so I'm still laying.
In your bed. I see.
Book openers. Yeah, I do it recovery a lot. So
I love stretching in the bed, man. It gives you a different feedback. Like, in fact, I find. Correct me if I'm wrong. You'd probably know a gazillion more ideas than me, but I find stretching in the bed really good for my back. Like, it actually works all these different muscles in the back, and I can actually push off the bed in a certain way to kind of like stretch things better. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I love stretching in the bed.
It's all because it's a different environment, and I think it just puts you into a good habit of doing something for your body first thing, like very first thing. And then generally during that, I'm thinking, and also during the snooze, I do start thinking of what I want to do that day. I think of putting positive energy out there. I think of some gratitudes, for myself. And then sometimes sometimes someone's name will come to me and I'm like, okay, I need to reach out to that person today. And I can't tell you how many times when I've reached out to that person, they're like, oh my gosh, you don't know how much I needed that. So it's really cool to really see how connected we all are. If we take a moment to stop and actually listen.
Oh yeah.
That's the hard thing, because there's so many distractions. There's so many things vying for our attention all the time. Okay, so that's before I get out of bed, and then get up, drink my glass of water. I do about 14 to, depending on the day, 14 to 15 hours intermittent fast. So I'm not eating generally first thing in the morning. I usually have a couple of hours before I eat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, cause I generally stop eating around 8:30 p.m. I stop eating a little bit later than most. So that means if I'm doing 14 hours, 10:30 in the morning. I used to only be 12. I mixed it up about 6 weeks ago just to try to play with longer. So I like to do little self experiments and see where do I feel best. But well,
you're super ripped. Is that because of that diet? Like, how do you maintain that ripped body? Like, you know what I mean?
Thanks. Just
I can't do that. I'm Asian. I eat a lot of rice, man. It's hard.
I eat a fair amount of carbs. I eat a fair amount of brown rice and other carbs too. But I think it's honestly a combination of things, between the intermittent fasting, just eating super clean, being as active as I can be. So so before I've eaten, I usually will either, this has changed a little bit lately. It used to be like reading some from whatever book I'm reading. Now it's a little bit more going into business videos with the business coach that I started using at the beginning of all of this craziness. So usually I'll turn on a video from her. She's got a ton of stuff that we can choose from in her, what she calls her vault. And so I'll into that. And I love working with her because she's all about serving people. It's all about people. It's not what you want, it's what they want. And that's what I have always been saying, as a trainer, what do you want? What are your goals? How can I help you achieve your goals? Because it's not what I want for you, it's what you want for you. So I'll usually, listen to some business stuff, do some business stuff, work on my schedule for the day. If I need to confirm anyone, usually it's for the next day, doing it, that sort of thing. And then I'm eating my huge bowl of oatmeal. Usually is my first meal because I'm obsessed with my oatmeal.
Oatmeal. Do you steel cut? Do you eat steel cut?
Steel cut is my favorite. I'm obsessed with the texture of steel cut.
Yeah.
About
right on. Bounce. I love that stuff too.
Right? Obsessed.
Yeah.
And then I put about 1,800 different superfood additives in it.
Nice.
Like a tablespoon or half a tablespoon of this and that.
Chia seeds? You put chia seeds in there?
That's one of them. I have a whole list on my
flaxseed?
Flaxseed is one. Mm-hmm. Yep. Chia, flax, coconut flakes, mushroom powder, cacao.
Mushroom powder. Wow, that's
a good one. Yeah.
Mushroom powder. Okay.
Yeah, lots of things. There's so many things that I actually meal prep that also in little Pyrexes, because I'm not all those bags every day.
Yeah.
And so then I'm eating, and sometimes I'm bad about this. I try to eat without distractions, but sometimes I will also then go through emails while I'm eating. But it's best to just like enjoy your food and try to not multi-purpose. But I also don't go into emails first thing, because that turns into a huge distraction. So I know what I want to do first thing. And that's been a recommendation from a lot of high performance people like Brendan Burchard. Don't go into email first hour or two of your day.
True. Yeah, you're right. Because you get emotional when you get your emails out.
Or
it gets you emotional.
For me, it just takes me into like 3 other things. And then I'm like, dang, there goes a half an hour. And
True.
So I'm trying to stay on task in the morning. Sometimes I might be doing email while I'm eating. And then usually at that time, and again, my schedule is different now. Before COVID, I would have been getting to the gym first,
right.
By 9 a.m. or something. I never was the 6 a.m. gym trainer. That's not where I shine in that hour.
Yeah, but 6 a.m. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't do that. A lot of trainers do. That was never me, and I'm honest with people. I'm like, if that's your time where you want to work out.
My wife used to do that stuff, man. She's a fitness trainer too. She used to do that 6 o'clock in the morning thing.
Yeah,
but
Yeah, like I want to give people as much good energy as I can, and I'm not high energy at that hour. So
Yeah.
so I'm either getting on, a FaceTime call, or having a training session in my garage, or doing a house call. And then throughout the day, either a couple of those, if I don't have as many, or I have some downtime, I try to have a little bit of downtime in the middle of the day, even, if I do have some sessions. And in that downtime, of course, I'm eating all throughout. Once I start eating, I pretty much don't stop eating. I'm eating every couple hours. So yeah, once the fast gets broken, I'm getting in on average 23 to 2,500 calories per day. So
well, that makes sense. I mean,
yeah,
because you have a lot of output, right? So you need to, you need input. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, as many clients throughout the day. I generally would have been taking class at 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday, but that's on hold again for now, until everything opens back up again. So I'm also scheduling in, I'm doing my workout, and sometimes it's broken up into two different workouts, depending on the day.
Wow, you got a stacked schedule. It's pretty busy.
Yeah. I mean, I keep myself busy. I like being a busybody. And
yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. And then my days always end. So after I've eaten dinner and I'm entering, now my fasting time, I try to eat dinner. I eat dinner 2 to 2.5 hours before bed, finishing about 8:30 with the eating. And I do my very end of day is always a nightly meditation. I do like going outside for that.
Nice.
Looking at the sky. I'm usually using my little yoga tune-up balls to release anything that needs releasing in my body while I'm doing a nightly meditation. And then I come inside and use my ottoman for that static back 90 degrees.
Yeah, I love that. You taught me that. I do that ever since. Yeah, we talked about that.
So great. That's my finisher of my meditation. That's
cool. That's a full day, man. Maybe you mentioned it, but I was just I don't remember. But what's your schedule like at Elite MMA? Like, do you have a full day there, or half a day there, or does it depend on the week, or how does that work?
I mean, everything's so different now.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It's so different, and gyms had to close back down in our area. So. Oh,
really?
Yeah.
So you guys are shut down now?
We had to be.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, we got open for a little bit, and then they had to shut back down again. But
is your COVID numbers over there pretty high now, or?
Yeah.
It's climbing, eh?
We're a little bit of we're in Southern California. Our county per se, where we are, because I'm not in the gym. We're not in LA County. We're in Ventura County.
Yep.
But yeah, like LA County, the numbers are not great. So yeah. So
stay safe.
What it used to be is, I would be at the gym. Like I was like the little gym mascot. I would be there all day long. Not always booked back to back, because I always like to have a little bit of downtime. I need some time to eat in between clients. And then I would have time, scheduling time for my workout, and then I would be there taking class at 6. But I was there, I mean, most of the day, most days. Like it was like when I wasn't there, it would always be like, where's Dana? Where's Dana? Like it was like I was always there. So that's hard. And then when we did get to open for, how long was it? I don't know, a few weeks.
Yeah.
It was different, like because so many things had shifted, and even though in that time frame that we were open, we could see people. A lot of people still weren't ready to go back, so it was still training people in my garage or at their house or on FaceTime.
Nice.
And now we're just waiting. Now we're in waiting again. So it's really hard to say. Everything's just changed so much.
Now it's everyone that I know, that are either fitness trainers or martial art instructors and stuff, we're taking a huge hit. My main source of income is a teacher during the day. So I teach through the school board. So luckily we've managed to maintain our job. So thank God for that.
Yeah.
Both my wife and I we're in that same boat. And the martial arts is just a super side gig for me. So, I mean, I have next to no clients right now, but I've done a lot of Zoom stuff and online, and you know, the traveling is starting to come up again. I mean, I'm scheduled to go to Australia and Germany to do some seminars, so that's nice. But we'll see. We have to wait to see, you know, what their rules are for accepting travelers.
I think Stacy started with me. I want to say 2.5 years ago. And she did one of our women's fitness challenge that we host at the gym. We alternate between men's and women's.
Nice.
And this could be my dream for everyone. No, that's not her. She came to me and was like, okay, like I need to change my lifestyle. I need to get healthy, you know, everything. And I'm like, okay, I need you to, know that it's going to take time, small changes, baby steps are good. I tell people, I don't want you to change 25 things tomorrow, because that is not sustainable. We can't, that's just not how we function as human beings. We will go right back to our habits. So change a little bit at a time, then we create a new habit, and that's where you're going to be successful. So she is still very much going. From the beginning, we started doing FaceTime calls, and every week she's slow and steady. Her pictures, she just put a new set of pictures up on her Instagram page. They're like night and day. And the greatest thing is, because it makes me so sad. It drives me crazy, and it makes me sad when people change everything drastically for 6 weeks, and it's like, oh, I lost all this weight, and then 6 months later,
it's all back again.
It's all back. And if not, then and so many things have proven that. So much of the research has proven that.
True.
It's like, no, please just go slow. A pound a week. A pound a week. Where would you be in a year? That's great. People be like, no, I want 5 pounds a week. That's not sustainable. That's not how we're going to be successful. So,
and Scott just said something. Scott, Dana and Bass complement each other in many, many ways. Oh, I can see that. Help many selflessly. Oh, exactly. Which leads me to my next point. But I mean, I don't want to break your train of thought. So keep going. Okay, so let's talk about something I know that you'll be passionate about, is mindset and philosophy, right? Like to me, that's what brought us together. In a nutshell, my social media and the things that I do and the way I train and all that is all about bringing people together. I'm a karate guy. I live and breathe karate. That's all I did when I was a kid. And all the way up into my 20s and so, but I find that just when I came across my journey, like boxers, Muay Thai people, fitness people, yoga people, Tai Chi players, I train with all these guys. And some of the seminars that we have, like, we invite all these people together, and they take turns on the floor, and when they show us their stuff, where I'm saying, well, you know what, we do similar things, but you guys have a certain flavor to it, and I like what you did. Can you explain why? And we're making music. Well, guys, thanks for watching part 1 of 3 of the Dana Hernandez interview. I really enjoyed talking to Dana, and I hope you enjoyed listening to her as well. Please check out her Facebook page and Instagram channel @EmpoweredByDana. On the way out, if you like this material, please click the like and subscribe to the channel. Also, please leave a thoughtful comment either to myself or Dana. Have a great day, and remember to treat each other with kindness and respect. Bye for now.